What's up, Broken Family? Here with a new video. I know some of y'all probably thought I would never be back, but second video of the year. Well, in this video, I wanted to show how to put in a digital cluster for our cars. One I found wasn't too expensive. I know some of them can get up to 600 or more, and one I got a little over 400. The main reason I wanted to get this, I was having problems with my cluster with the CAN TCU. What it is my cluster is, I guess, pre-LCI. It was one of the first ones, so it doesn't read up to 8 speeds. So when I get up to the 8th speed, if I try to, I guess, upshift to it, the cluster would freak out and it would throw a code. So the only way to fix that, other than replacing the whole cluster with one that already can read up to 8 speed, is to go in I think WinPack, and update it through that. But I have input and all of that stuff on a laptop, but I haven't yet to figure out how to get it to work on there. So I'm gonna keep cracking on that. But I figured the workaround was I already wanted a digital cluster, so just went out and got one and put it in there, and luckily it worked. So watch the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're here, and follow the journey. All right, here's the unit. Here's the box it comes in. Car multimedia system. Open it up. Got your manual in here. Goes through the startup procedure, all of that stuff. All of that. See, it's packaged up. Here's the update cord. This plugs into the back of the unit, and you can plug like a USB drive or something like that in there once you download. Let's say you want to change, they update it and add different looks to it. This would be how you would update your unit. And this is a small tool that you use to get the screws out that hold your OE, your original cluster, in place. So that's nice to give you a tool. You don't have to go fishing for one. And this is your update cable. Get this box off to the side. Right down there. All right, here's the unit itself. I believe it goes in like that. And then that's where the screws will go that hold in the original cluster in the back. This is where it plugs in, and that's where you would put in your USB cable for the update. Not really sure if that does anything, but probably not. But yep. And lastly, this is your replacement bezel for the cluster. All right, let's get cracking on the car. Well, like most things, when you're dealing with electronics, first thing you want to do is unhook the battery. All right, the next part is your steering wheel. You want to go to the adjustment down here on the side, pull it out, pull it towards you and down as far as possible, and then lock it in place, or you can leave it loose, I guess. If you want to, you might have to move it around. But what you want to get to are the 2 bolts up here. All right, so take your tool, go in there and undo the screws that are holding it in place. All right, had to turn on some light. Once you get all the screws out, just pull down like this and wiggle it out a little bit, and then you'll have to reach around back there and unplug it. All right, as you see, it's clipped in a little bit, so just pull that clip out. I believe you push in and pull down on the little tab. Let's see if I can get to it. Push in and pull that down, and it should come right out. And there goes your old unit. All right, one thing you might want to do is, well, if you got all this space here, is take out this panel here on the side so that you can run your cable through there, your update cable. So you might have to pull some of this trim out here and pull that all out. Pull that out. And that's pretty much all you need to do. Get that out there, and then take your data cable and fish it over there. You don't need to pull it all the way out, but you want to make sure that you got it over here enough that when you need it, you can pull it out. All right, the next part is take the new gauge cluster, and start feeding your plugs in there. I'll put that one in, and then the OEM plug. Put this. Take the OEM plug. Put it in there, and then lift up on the little tab, and it'll slide and lock itself in place. All right, wanted to go back and clean up all that dust that was in there. It's looking kind of nasty looking. You want to wiggle that back in there. And it should in there like that. You want to make sure that the tabs line up with the bolt holes like that before you try and put the bezel in there. So get it like that, and then grab your bezel, slide that in there. So when you get ready to put the bezel back in place, on the bezel there's little plastic tabs that have to go into these little slots here, come on, and here, and then there's grooves in the back there and on the other side. You want to make sure those are sitting in there flush, and then you'll be able to push it back in place and put the screws in and get those holes lined up best as possible. Make sure it's touching. All right, so once you get it in there, you want to locate those bolt holes and tighten them back down. And once you get it back in, it should look something like this. Glare on there looks worse on the camera for whatever reason, but let's turn it on and see what it looks like. You hook the battery back up. All right, moment of truth. Put the key in the ignition. Look at that. Now you can see the car that shows up is an E90, so I'm gonna have to see if I can switch that to an E92 or something. Let me turn this light off here. And various things you need to change. You can input your mileage, got your battery voltage, distance, and all of that. Now I won't go too in depth with all the different things that you can change settings, but basically everything is controlled from the BC over here on the side. So if you see up here, there's different boxes that you can pick. Just press the BC button and you can change all of those things. One thing I need to change is my speedo from kilometers to miles per hour so I don't get myself in trouble. So you got system settings. Press the BC button to go to the different ones, and then when you pick the one you want, you press and hold until it opens up. So color, my car is white, obviously. So blue, gray, green. Come on, where's white? And then press and hold. Date, time, language, general setup, factory. I believe this is the main one you want to get into for changing like your speedo and different stuff. And there's code you have to enter. It'll come with a whole book. The one that I got, I'll try and link it to you guys, but it goes over pretty much how to change when you want to change stuff like that. Once you get everything configured, next step is to go for a drive and see if everything works. My biggest thing is making sure I can go up to the 8th speed without anything freaking out. As you can see so far, going through the gears fine. Neutral, park. Alright. Roll the windows up. Of course, it starts raining as soon as I'm trying to do this, but I'm not about to do anything special. Got it in regular drive. Let's go over to drive sport. And let me get out of here without scraping, hopefully. Watch out for this big ass dually. Ah. Alright, got the M3, third gear. Speed seems to be working. Third gear. Fourth gear. Stop on the interstate. Come on, Hyundai. And let's wait till we get on the interstate. Check out the 8th speed. Don't run into me. Six. Speed up so I can merge. 7. Of course, there's a fucking state trooper over here. Turn signal works. Alright, kiddos, moment of truth. 8 speed, yes. Of course, we got a Nissan Altima flying in the rain. Not really going fast enough for 8 speed, but no freak out. And it went all the way through the gears. Well, that concludes this video. Got the dash in, got everything switched over from metric to freedom units. So I guess the only thing I can complain about is the first thing would be using MHD map switcher. I don't know, it might have to do with I changed out my steering wheel so that I can have paddle shifters. Maybe that has something to do with it. But I know when you get ready to change the maps, it's supposed to show up on your RPM rev limiter, and it doesn't show up. So I have to use my MHD gauges to see what map I'm on. And the second complaint is it has an E92 chassis that you can put on the screen, but it only comes in 3 colors, like 3 or 4 colors, like black, blue, red, and silver. So I had to pick silver since it's the closest to white. And I guess my other complaint is there's no F87 chassis. That's the M2, the Gen 1 M2 chassis. You know, my car has the M2 front end on there, so I'd rather have it look like an M2 so it would look like my car. But apparently that chassis is not on there. I contacted the company that I bought it from to see if there's like an update that might have it on there. I downloaded one of the updates, I just haven't put it on there yet. I know it's a 2-part thing that you have to do to update your cluster, and I haven't done that yet. So I guess that's it for this video. Hit the like and subscribe button, leave a comment, and, you know, holla at me. And I guess last thing is track, Sunday, Mother's Day, and the track's open Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna make that. I'm still working with the revisions from Wedge. We're working on the E85, you know, flex fuel and all of that. But if I don't make that, I think the following Friday after this week is a testing tune, and I should definitely be able to make that, and we're going to get videos from that, and hopefully get the car into 10s. So stay tuned. Like I said before, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what's on your mind. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.
Which one's a tax? They know it the way it is. Life, progress, money.